You're the owner of a small business, which means you're also the tech guy, and HR, and personal assistant, and head honcho, and intern. You could use another pair of hands, like the experts you'll find at Verizon Small Business Days, April 21st through 27th. Get a free tech check, special deals, and more. Call 1-800-483-4428 or visit verizon.com/smallbusiness to book your appointment. Verizon Business.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Hi, this is Tom Cock. Now that the fall election season is officially underway, that happening after Labor Day officially, the silliness around benefits, especially Social Security, can get started. And like the swallows returning to Capistrano, the rain returning to the great Northwest, every time there's a major election, well, somebody's going to cut your Social Security benefit, and should you pay attention to that? Now, I'm not going to get into the politics because Lord knows there's plenty of podcasts, there's plenty of radio shows, there's plenty of TV writing. You want to study about politics, get into all this, you could spend way more than the next 6 weeks or so until the election. Trust me, it's out there. Go ahead. But I am going to talk about Social Security, the system, and you. Because interestingly enough, there's a group called the Senior Citizens League. It's a nonpartisan advocacy group for older Americans. Hate to say that I'm probably part of it, but they do a look every year at what they estimate the increase, the cost of living increase for Social Security will be in the coming year. They've recently come out with their estimate that the COLA for 2021 could be about 1.3%, which would be less than the 1.6% adjustment made for 2020. Let me give you just an idea of what that means, 1.3. Today's average Social Security benefit is $1,514 a month, 1,514 a month. At that rate, you're adding about $45 a month. Does that sound like a very big raise? Boy, I certainly hope it doesn't, because it's not. And Social Security and you, absolutely critical, especially if you're over the age of 50. If you're under it, yeah, I think you should think about what the system may look like when it's time for you to draw on, because will there be cuts necessarily? And that's always the language that's used in politics. I don't know. I doubt very much so short term, because I do think it would be pitchforks and torches in the Capitol were you to cut the benefits of those people that are already receiving it. But for those of you a little younger, could there be some sort of privatization? That's never flown well in the Capitol, but it's possible. Could they make you wait longer, maybe even up until age 70 to get it? Yeah, I think that's a very realistic possibility. In fact, Social Security was set up, like 80 years ago, and people didn't live as long then. So taking it at 62 probably does not make sense. Could there be some sort of means testing? Potentially. Could there be an increase in taxes in some way to pay for it? Absolutely. Do I think that's what will happen before 2035? Yeah, but probably knowing Congress, it'll happen in 2034. There'll be some sort of change, increase in tax some way. But that's in the future. What about today? If you're over the age of 50, you have to have a plan about Social Security. When you're going to take it, right? What about your significant other and what impact when you take it will have? And here's some things to think about. Because as I just mentioned, once you take Social Security, the raises you're getting are so tiny. 1.3%, really? 1.6% for this year? That isn't much. Remember, after age 62, which you can get your money at, you're waiting every year, you get 8% more a year. And by the way, you don't have to wait the calendar year to get that raise. You can get it. It's actually increased every month. But for most people, you're going to want to wait until at least full retirement age, because there is no investment I know of that gives you that guaranteed 8% a year. In fact, there was a piece about pensions today that are hoping that they're going to make 7%. They've made less than 5% over the last 20 years when you look at them in aggregate. So the idea that you're going to make 8%, not very realistic. Now, if you're over the age of 50 and you know there's no longevity in your family and you say, I want to get my money, well, okay, that can make sense. Or your health is poor, yeah, that could make sense. Or here's the other one that's coming up now in the pandemic. I got to have the money. I got no choice. Those things I got no argument with. But in any good financial plan, which, doggone it, we do for people, your advisor should do for you, that should be the beginning point of any relationship. You should know the impact of when you take Social Security, what that's going to mean to you. Remember, once you take that benefit, that's basically all you're ever going to get, other than some very small increases, and what it's going to mean to your significant other. What am I talking about? Well, in my household, my wife is a little bit younger. I would expect she would outlive me, and then when I pass away, she'd be getting my benefit instead of hers. That's right. She's entitled to my benefit, which is going to be substantially more than her benefit. Taking Social Security just on a whim, taking it early without thoughtful planning is extremely expensive. Please be careful about all this. And Congress, please don't wait till 2035 to fix this problem as well. I'm Tom Cock.
Talking real money. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately and consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestry, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. That should keep the lawyers happy.